The Pettis County Development Company is in the process of developing a state-of-the-art environmental material management park that will streamline and enhance the municipal refuse cycle for the betterment of the community. As questions arise in regard to this exciting new project, it is important to understand how Missouri's solid waste management program functions and how the state of Missouri regulates and monitors its solid waste facilities to safeguard the environment and neighboring communities. In addition, we also want to share some fundamental industry terms and definitions as conversations surrounding the Pettis County Environmental Material Management Park continues to evolve. In regards to municipal solid waste management, Missouri is one of the most stringently regulated states in the country with only 14 material repositories currently in operation to service all 114 Missouri counties. Because Missouri has a limited number of active repositories, it currently exports 1 out of every 3 tons of waste to neighboring states, making it the 4th largest waste exporting state in the U.S. In essence, Missouri still has a long way to go before it's able to manage 100% of the waste its citizens produce. As a result, the Pettis County Environmental Material Management Park would not be receiving materials from across the state, the Midwest, nor the country. Let's take a look at how Missouri's solid waste program is structured. The solid waste management program in Missouri is funded by a state-mandated tipping fee based on weight per load that is paid on all solid waste taken to repositories. These fees go directly to the Missouri Department of Natural Resources to fund the inspections of solid waste facilities and the necessary regulatory oversight required of all disposal sites in the state. These funds are also used to promote recycling and various recovery activities within Missouri. What are some of the different categories and definitions of waste? Let's start with municipal solid waste and Subtitle D material repositories. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, municipal waste, more commonly known as trash or garbage, consists of everyday items we use and then throw away, such as product packaging, furniture, clothing, bottles, cans, food scraps, and newspapers. This comes from our homes, schools, and businesses. So what do municipal solid waste repositories have to do with Subtitle D? As defined by the National Resource Conservation and Recovery Act, municipal solid waste repositories fall under the category of Subtitle D of the RCRA. Subtitle D addresses the management of non-hazardous solid waste, such as household garbage and non-hazardous industrial solid waste. So any municipal solid waste would fall under the category of Subtitle D. Subtitle D municipal solid waste repositories use on-site environmental monitoring systems to check for any sign of groundwater contamination, decomposition gas emissions, and to provide additional safeguards. Today's municipal solid waste facilities, including the new Pettis County Environmental Material Management Park, must meet stringent design, operation, and closure requirements established under the Resource Conservation and Recovery Act. In Missouri, regular inspections by the Missouri Department of Natural Resources occur at these facilities to ensure that the groundwater, air quality, and the environment are protected at all times. How are these facilities regulated and monitored? Groundwater at each municipal solid waste facility in Missouri is sampled and statistically analyzed 2 times a year by a Missouri Department of Natural Resources approved groundwater monitoring network. These networks are designed to be protective of groundwater resources and the environment. Missouri Department of Natural Resources requires statistical analysis of the groundwater data, which allows for early and proactive evaluation of subtle changes in groundwater quality through time. Groundwater is monitored within the uppermost water-bearing units beneath the repository. These units are often not suitable aquifers for consumption based on limited production and naturally occurring geochemical conditions. Furthermore, an aquitard is required below the monitored groundwater unit, which impedes the downward migration of shallow groundwater into the aquifers below. The Missouri Solid Waste Management Law and subsequent regulations also require municipal solid waste repository owners and operators to control decomposition gases on site. Modern repositories have gas monitoring wells strategically placed around the property as a way to detect methane gas concentrations and movement. Repository owners and operators are also required to monitor methane in all buildings located within the facility's permitted boundary. Missouri's Department of Natural Resources requires regular testing of these wells, and the results of these tests must be reported to Missouri Department of Natural Resources. What about the other types of waste? Hazardous waste falls under Subtitle C of the Resource Conservation and Recovery Act and is defined by the Environmental Protection Agency as waste with properties that make it dangerous or capable of having a harmful effect on human health or the environment. Hazardous waste is generated from many sources, ranging from industrial manufacturing process waste to batteries, and may come in many forms, including liquids, solids, gas, and sludges, according to the Environmental Protection Agency. We want to be clear. There will be no hazardous waste at the Pettis County Environmental Material Management Park, only municipal solid waste and construction waste. We understand there is a concern about property values decreasing due to a recent study shared among community members that claimed property values could decrease 12 to 15%. To be clear, that study referenced property values near Superfund sites, not municipal solid waste sites. Municipal solid waste repositories and Superfund sites are simply not one and the same. We will talk about how property values around municipal solid waste repository sites are affected a little later on. First, let's define what a Superfund site is. A Superfund site is a location contaminated by hazardous waste that has been designed by the Environmental Protection Agency for management and cleanup. Superfund sites are prioritized in the National Priorities List, which has been maintained since 1983. The Superfund system was established in 1980 when a federal law creating a special fund for cleaning up such sites was passed. The Pettis County Environmental Material Management Park's material repository will be a Subtitle D municipal solid waste facility. We'd also like to clarify that many of the studies that have been presented in opposition to this project were conducted in other countries that do not have the same regulations as we do in the United States, nor are they operated or managed in the same manner as they are in the U.S. So what is this project all about? The Pettis County Environmental Material Management Park will be a complex that provides environmental management solutions for municipal and community recoverables and waste. The Environmental Material Management Park will responsibly clean the solid waste stream by reducing, reusing, recycling, and upcycling materials that would otherwise end up in a material repository. We anticipate the following facilities to be located at the Pettis County Environmental Material Management Park: a material recovery and sorting facility, glass mill, composting facility, plastic molding facility, and a 95-acre material repository for those materials we are unable to salvage. The auxiliary facilities are expected to utilize a footprint of approximately 225 acres. The remaining 300 acres will continue to be used for farming and as a soil borrow area for the foreseeable future. The material flow into the proposed facility will be similar to that of the existing facility in Pettis County. Presidio has proposed a host agreement with the county that would restrict waste from out of state except potentially a de minimis amount from municipalities on the Kansas-Missouri border. What impact would this project have on economic development in Pettis County? Without a local material repository, a number of businesses in Pettis County may not have chosen to locate here. Most industries produce byproducts which must be properly managed in an economical and environmentally sound manner. This facility will not only serve to maintain our existing industry, but will enable Pettis County to attract new businesses and continue to grow. What effects would this project have on property values? Property values have increased at a far greater rate near the GFL repository than that of the typical home in Pettis County, the state of Missouri, and the U.S. We look forward to partnering with Pettis County communities, organizations, and individuals to implement an efficient and effective recycling and material management program. Through this partnership, we will minimize material going into our local repository while expanding and generating manufacturing opportunities in Pettis County, ultimately creating made in the USA products. By working together, we can create a cleaner and greener future for Pettis County. For more information about this project and the topics we covered in this video, go to pettiscountygoinggreen.com.